Part 2 Tuesday, man. That's what I'm going to jump on here today and call this Part 2 Tuesday. You know, I felt the need to do a Part 2 to one of my videos I did earlier about what constitutes a person to be considered a day one. And the reason why I felt the need to do a Part 2 is because, let's be honest, man, that is a very sensitive as well as multifaceted conversation. It's a gut checking conversation. It's a conscious checking conversation, you know, and based on some of the feedback I done got, it did what it's supposed to do, you know. It did what it's supposed to do. It evoked some conversation that need to be had, you know. And another reason why I felt the need to do a Part 2, because maybe the tone of my voice interfered with you receiving the message. Because maybe you took my voice to be aggressive, as if there was some hostility or animosity with me towards my day one, which is not the case. You know what I'm saying? That was really passion, because I'm passionate about this conversation, and I'm real passionate about my people. You know, like I told one of my people, I say, man, it's a conversation that be had when we not all together. I'm just a partner that's gonna jump out there and make it where everybody can hear. Cause that's my duty, you know? And another reason why I felt the need to do a Part 2 is because maybe people took it as a slight or a diss or some negative, when that's not the case neither. You know? Cause in life, man, life happens. Life happens for one, you know? And, you know, elevation requires isolation. Sometimes that's true. That is very true. I just wanted to have a conversation so that things that can be put in order or things that can be taught, you know? It's something that we can change, man. And it take us to be man enough to accept them things that we can change. And if we want to change them, do the necessary work to change them. In the video, I said, sometimes we have to look at things as it is, not as it was, which is true. Also, I said, it's a thing called seasons. Everything has a season. I want y'all to name me one type of grass that stays green all year round. One type of grass that stays green all year round. That's right, turf. And what is turf? Fake, artificial grass, right? So if you and your people stay in the same season all year round, what do that mean? Y'all have a fake, artificial relationship, right? Which might be cool to you, which might be cool to them too. I'm just on here teaching, educating, and motivating. That's all I'm doing, right? So let me tell you something that, you know, severs relationships that rarely go unaddressed. Like, for one, I spoke on unspoken expectations. That's one. Another thing is unforgiveness. Man, you and your partner could have fell out 25 years ago. 25 years ago. And in your mind, or in both of y'all mind, y'all feel like time heals all wounds. And that's a false narrative. Why? Because time does not heal all wounds, especially if the wounds are never addressed properly. How can they be healed? How can time heal it? Right? So that's another barrier to a relationship that will keep them from putting you in the friend zone. Another one is, hey man, we probably went and did some bids. In the process of us doing bids, you know, our families relocated. We lost connect with each other, you know, and that's one reason why our kids probably didn't grow up together neither. And that's then. But like I said, we got to ask God for the wisdom to change the thing that we can. And know the difference between what we can change and what we can't. We can change that if we want to. The last point I want to drive home is this. I want us to stop saying we don't have time. Because honestly, nobody have time. People make time for what? What is important to them. Period. So if they make it because making it was important to them. If they don't make it, they didn't make it. Why? Because making it was not important to them. It's not that they didn't have no time. It's that they chose not to make the time. Happy Part 2 Tuesday.